So, well, those were the insights of the week, the entire special factor that we've been talking to you as per a surprise on the show to savor all of your sweet cravings within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Today we are going to be covering up a cupcake brand. Some people who have decided to take cupcakes to the next level. Cupcakes have already taken over the cake world. Cakes are not half as famous as cupcakes now. Every child, everybody on Eid, on any other festive occasion, all they care about, all they want is cupcakes, different kind of cupcakes. You see cupcakes for girls, for boys, you even see them for Saudi TV Channel 2 now, so it truly, truly is amazing. Today we are going to be hosting Munch Bakery, and in particular we're going to be talking a little bit more about their company and about the trend of cupcakes taking Saudi Arabia by storm. We are very privileged to be hosting Mr. Issam Ghandour. He is the retail manager of Munch Bakery. Assalamu alaikum and good morning.
Alaikum salam, good morning.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for that amazing gesture of actually bringing us KSA2 cupcakes. We cannot buy them elsewhere.
No, you're more than welcome.
So, well, those truly are a delight, but talk to us a little bit about how did your venture start? Because it's a very new thing to be seeing so many cupcake stores within Saudi Arabia. You go only in Riyadh to the Tahliya store, and there's so many cupcake stores there. So it is like a rising trend. It's almost like a fashion to go to a cupcake store and buy things. Talk to us about how was your business established?
Definitely. Well, it started over 3 years ago. The partners saw a gap in the market. Most sweet shops were Arabic-oriented or French-oriented patisseries. There wasn't a Western-oriented bakery where you found cupcakes, cookies, brownies. So this is where they started. And the industry has evolved in the past 10 years. The cupcake industry started in 1796, and it used to be called cakes in small cups. After that, the cupcakes started to be positioned in major Hollywood productions as trendy and glamorous sweets. I believe cupcakes has become part of people's lifestyle. In Saudi Arabia, it's given people another option other than the Arabic sweets. And the different flavors and colors is appealing, and it brings people together.
I mean, definitely, I would say. So it's now beautiful. People, instead of saying, let's have a round of coffee, would say, let's have a round of cupcakes. But anyways,
cupcakes, why not?
On this note, talking to you more, Mr. Issam, tell us a little bit about Saudi Arabia here in itself, because we get to see that new marketing trends come, and I mean, whether you make small cupcakes or cakes, it's all from the same family. But we get to see that sometimes there are some marketing trends with the different strategies that they put in the market. They really start selling like hotcakes. Nowadays, it is all about cupcakes, about different kind of cupcakes. As we get to see, everybody has their own unique selling point. But for your store in particular, as I get to see here, something which we were not really expecting. I mean, you really surprised us with the KSA2 cupcakes. How important do you think is personal style and personalization so that your client feels that this is something which is especially for them and that you're 100% catering to them, not only providing cupcakes for the occasion?
It's very important to customize your cupcakes to what the client wants. It defines your brand, and it increases brand awareness, and the most important thing is customer satisfaction. Our clients get to pick the color, the shape, what sort of characters they'd like to have on the cupcakes, whether it's a picture, whether it's a 3D character. And the most important thing is to understand what the client is asking for, because we don't want there to be a communication problem. So we always ask as many questions as we can to have the arrangement of cupcakes suit the client.
That is really remarkable. And nowadays we get to see for a lot of people around the celebrations time, where it used to be a cake which is going to have 3 or 4 tiers, now they have like a similar kind of cupcake arrangements which are done in tiers, where you get to see the different cupcakes all around it. People are using it as giveaways as well on special occasions. In wedding parties now we get to see that cupcakes very much are replacing the flower giveaways as well.
And the best part is that the the cupcake industry, the reason I really think the cupcake industry is taking us by storm is because it's finger food. It's snacks that you can have on the way. And in weddings, when people would need to go through the hassle of cutting the cake, giving it in plates, and providing it to the people, everybody can come pick up as many cupcakes as they want. It is very difficult to be managing cupcakes in a party because everybody wants to have 10 of those. But I'm sure that will not be a problem when you have such delicacies all around you. Now, talk to us a little bit about your best-selling cupcake, because we understand everybody has their own flavor. Everybody likes to have a certain thing, but I think the one USP of any chocolatier or any bakery is how good can they make chocolate when it comes to cakes, and how can they incorporate chocolate within their cupcakes? How rich is that chocolate, and how dreamy is the entire look of it? So talk to us about your favorite cupcake from your brand, and also the best-selling cupcake.
Okay, my favorite cupcake is the red velvet.
Oh, do we have it here?
Yes, the cupcake here is the red velvet cupcake.
Okay.
It's just the frosting color is green.
Oh, okay.
But it's cream cheese, the topping is cream cheese, and it's the best-selling cupcake as well. Most people, when they visit Munch for the first time, they ask for the red velvet. They like to try the red velvet because they hear about the red velvet. It's our signature cupcake.
Mm-hmm. And it has cream cheese on top.
Yeah.
So it is almost like the transfusion of the X generation cheesecakes. Also talk to us a little bit about, since cupcakes is still a new industry, and you starting off with Munch Bakery, what was the marketing ideas that you people came up with? How is it that you're trying to sell your cupcakes? Is it only by the word of mouth, or are we actually going ahead a little further to be showing every client that, hey, we are here to stay and we can provide you with all of your needs?
Definitely we rely on word of mouth. We also rely on social media, and I think the most important thing in this industry is the service you give out to the people, and this is what keeps people coming back. We try to please our clients and satisfy them, and I think the word Munch Bakery has become popular through word of mouth. Mm-hmm. This has been the most effective way of marketing.
Right. And now, Issam, tell us a little bit about your store by itself. What does it actually stand for? Because we get to see sometimes that there are stores or chocolatiers which open up. They have pretty arrangements. They're selling things beautifully. They have their own unique style. But eventually, sometimes we get to see that after being in the market for a couple of years, the standards start lagging behind, and they stop competing with themselves, and they stop striving for the better, or even to maintain the same standards. So how it is that Munch Bakery is on those standards?
Okay, well, our store or our brand stands for the 3 Ds, which is delight, desire, and dream. People desire to eat our delights with pleasure, and that sort of takes them to a dream world. Why do we use the word dream to describe our brand? Is because all customers who visit Munch Bakery are happy and remember their childhood, and it's a fun environment, so they get to dream once they visit our store. And I think the various cupcake flavors we have is also special. We have 21 flavors.
Wow.
So yes.
It almost reminds me of the ice cream store,
exactly,
which has more than 30 flavors.
Yeah, and we're going to increase our flavors, hopefully. We want to add more and more. So this is what our brand stands for.
And how important is the quality maintenance? How important is the client's input for you?
It's very important. Quality control is what keeps us successful, and any feedback or comment from client, whether negative or positive, is important. Of course, positive comments are nice to hear, but the negative ones are the ones that allow us to improve and show that there is room for improvement.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Yeah.
Issam, also talk to us. Since Saudi Arabia is a place where people are so hospitable, everybody likes to throw huge gatherings. If their family member is coming from America, there's a huge gathering.
True.
If there's Eid, there's a huge gathering. There is any reason to celebrate, Saudis celebrate. So talk to us, is your company, is your brand actually catering for larger gatherings, for public events? Let's say if I am hosting an event for 500 people, and if I come to you and I ask you for that number of cupcakes, is it going to be delivered to my location?
Definitely. Yes, we cater to events regardless of size. And currently in Jeddah we do have a delivery service. However, in Riyadh we are yet to have a delivery service, but soon we will be having delivery in Riyadh.
Right, and how long it is before an event that people need to get in touch with you? How many days in advance do they need to order?
It depends on the season, but let's say on average it's a week before the event. Orders will be full.
Right.
Yes.
And now talking about, as you just mentioned, about your store in Jeddah and having a delivery service there. So where did you actually start your venture? And is it more stronger in the western region, or is it gaining more popularity here in the central, where it is that you see more competition in the market as well?
We started in the western region, in Jeddah. We have 2 branches, and inshallah soon we're opening our 3rd branch in Jeddah. We opened in Riyadh in August. I believe in Jeddah the brand is stronger because of the time. It's been there for over 3 years. Here it's been 4 months. Competition is fierce in Jeddah and in Riyadh. It's a growing industry, and I think the market can accommodate all the cupcake stores.
Definitely. And the more the merrier.
We have about a population of almost 6 million people, so there is room for a lot of cupcakes.
And well, there's also room for a sweet tooth. We all love sweets. And perhaps the one good reason, and just a recent documentary that I read on, I would quickly share it with you all, is that if you have, let's say, a slice of cake, and on the other hand, because cupcakes was not really mentioned there, but it's a kind of a cake, so we're going to take it from there. If you have a slice of a cake, and if you have, let's say, 4 to 5 of the Arabic delicious desserts or the sweets, it is at least 10% more in calories as compared to that slice of cake, because it can never be with as much of ghee or oil and as fattening as that slice of cake. So perhaps it is a little healthier choice when it comes to desserts as well, as per the documentary. But Issam, coming back to you. We understand that Jeddah is a larger market when it comes to different kinds of eateries and diners, because people in Jeddah are more over on the go. Riyadh is bigger than Jeddah, and you need to be expanding a little more to be getting the word of mouth in the different corners. Jeddah is smaller, it's easier.
Yeah.
What is it that you think is going to be your biggest competition in Riyadh when it comes to getting your public service and getting as many clients as you have in Jeddah? Is it going to be only time, something that time could do? Or you think that perhaps giving advertisements and going on in the malls as little vendors is going to be helping?
With regards to growing in Riyadh and having a stronger name, I think with time we will achieve this. We need to have more stores in Riyadh. I think we can have anywhere up to 10 stores in Riyadh. Also, in the future, we want to start entering malls. I believe this is going to be a good marketing strategy to be positioned inside the malls in Jeddah and inside Riyadh. So once we're inside malls and once we have more locations, branches, I think the brand will be stronger and the word of mouth will even be more.
Or there could be another simpler way. Let's make the world's biggest cupcake.
Let's make the world, yeah, why not?
That would
we'll
be
think of that.
Yeah, because Saudi Arabia is like the pioneer of making the biggest things, the largest things, like the largest university, the largest airport. We are soon going to be having the tallest building, inshallah.
And we had the largest ever human pink ribbon, which was formed in Jeddah for breast cancer awareness.
True.
So why not have the world's
No, we'll look
biggest
into that,
cupcake?
definitely. We'll look into that.
And perhaps we can have the face of Baba Abdullah on it. That would be amazing. That would be really a dream. So, well, we have given our ideas. If you have any ideas, you can write to us on our Facebook page, and perhaps we can forward it to Issam.
But those were a lot of free ideas. Well, we're going to have some cupcakes from Munch.
Or perhaps we can be their public relations team. It could be just about anything. But Issam, talk to us a little bit about cupcakes still new.
Yeah.
And it takes time for a trend to set. And let's say something comes in the fashion world. It takes some time for people to digest it, go around about it. So do you think that the cupcake industry is going to be lasting in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, or it's going to be like a fashion trend? It's going to come and it's going to go?
No, I think it will be lasting. I don't think it's a trend that will come and go. It's part of people's lifestyle. People have become... they always ask for cupcakes. You notice the presence of cupcakes in all sorts of events, whether weddings, whether engagements, baby showers. You'll find cupcakes there. You'll notice the presence of cupcakes. So I don't think it's a trend really. I think it's become part of people's lifestyle.
Most definitely.
And it brings people together, as I said previously. You know, the different designs, the flavors, the colors. It's very appealing.
And I think that the trend is not only being taken by corporate companies like yourself, but also housewives, because now we're seeing these new pages on the social networking websites where these housewives are actually coming forward and they're trying to be selling their own home-baked products, and it's doing very well too. So well, there is a market for just about anything in Saudi Arabia. But talk to us a little bit more about personalization. My 3-year-old niece absolutely went ballistic when she saw these Hello Kitty cake poppers on one of the events that she attended, and she was so excited that for the very first time she even had some kind of a cake. So talk to us as to your biggest clients. Are we hitting the younger generation more? Because you can be making a Sesame Street cupcake, you can be making Hello Kitty. There's so much more you can do with the kids. Adults are a little boring. So talk to us about your main market, and talk to us a little bit about your kids' collection.
I'll talk to you about our target market. Primarily it's families. And when we talk about demographics, it's age from 1 to 70. Gender, male, female, I'd say 70% is female. Generation, it's all the way from grandparents to parents to kids. Our secondary market, I believe, is kids aged from the age of 3 to the age of 12. And I believe we've satisfied those target markets. We'd like to focus now on teenagers between the age of 13 to 19, and we're working on that accordingly with our advertising agency. When you talk about the cupcakes and customization, we can have anything put on the cupcake, whether it's a 3D character or it's a picture coming on top of the cupcake, from SpongeBob to Hello Kitty to someone's face, show his facial expressions. If you want to have a picture of your family to show it as on the cupcake, lasting memory, we can have that on. So whether it's kids, whether it's parents, whether it's grandparents, we serve all generations.
Indeed. Now, with this, Issam, why it is that I'm really excited about your store is not because it is actually selling sweet delights, which I have a big tooth for, but another thing is that this is a true Saudi venture. So I always usually talk about, whenever it is that we're talking about businesses, whenever it is that we're talking about eating out as well, more than the international franchises which are here, I always emphasize that we need to go more and support the Saudi business ventures. We need to support the Saudi entrepreneurs by supporting them, by buying their purchases and giving them a good word of mouth as well. So now, talking about Munch Bakery, which is like a truly Saudi venture, tell us as to how much is the Saudiization in terms of the products. Where is it that your product itself come from, your raw materials, you import them here to the kingdom, or how it is?
It's all local, actually. Yeah, the raw material, the ingredients we use to come up with our products are local ingredients and local items and local products. So it's a Saudi company with Saudi food items.
So it's 100% made in Saudi Arabia, guys. I would say that is truly the unique selling point for Munch Bakery's products. It's 100% Saudi. Now, having said that, also tell us, Issam, because as you mentioned, that all your products are from the local market here in Saudi Arabia. So of course, I mean, like, there is no shortage of the most quality and prime products from the Saudi market itself. But nonetheless, whenever it is that we go to dine out or or ordering things such as even cupcakes, and when they have products which are all imported, usually they use it as their highlight, which I don't think really is something, especially a local company should be very proud of, that we import everything. So that means you're giving no business to the local markets itself. But nonetheless, when we get to see that they have all products imported, usually the price tags are a lot more higher as well. So let's say that if I'm paying a 10 for this all imported cupcake, but sometimes as well what happens is that when people hear that it's all local, they expect the prices to be really low. So how it is that you have been able to strike a contrast between the very low prices and the very high-end prices? Where is your pricing range in terms of your products?
Our pricing is set as the average price within the industry. We want all our sweets to be very high in quality, and at the same time we don't want to offer the highest prices in the market. So we've positioned ourselves as having the average price within the industry, I'd say.
Definitely. And with this, Issam, you're going to be putting a pause to our discussion over here, because I'm sure my sweet tooth is not going to be setting on just a few cupcakes on the table. We are going to be going on towards a short report to the very bakery we've been talking so much about. Let's see as to how delightful of a dream is it going to be, taking you on a journey over here in the Munch Bakery, the branch from Riyadh. We're going to be seeing that particular report and coming back in discussion with Mr. Issam Ghandour. So stay tuned.
It's a very fun environment to be working in. We've walked around the store and I can see that a lot of the baked goodies that you have in here are very fun to eat and they look really desirable. So what does your brand stand for exactly?
Well, our brand is it's a sweet-oriented bakery. We have our candy line and of course our cupcake line, and our cakes and our tarts and cookies and loaves and our occasion cakes. Where we have 21 cupcake flavors and we always increase our flavors. Of course, everyone's welcome. At Munch Bakery, everyone feels at home, and whether young or old, everyone feels young inside the store. It brings back memories of their back in the days when they were all kids. And all our staff are friendly, and they treat the clients with respect, and we value our clients. Well, of course, kids love the candies, and they like the cupcakes too. They like the mini cupcakes and the regular cupcakes. Our most famous cupcake is the red velvet cupcake. Tastes so good.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. So, well, there we took you on a little trip to the Munch Bakery. We hope all of you enjoyed that particular part. The store is very, very beautifully decorated and definitely very, very dreamy. But now with this, resuming our discussion with Mr. Issam Ghandour, the retail manager for Munch Bakery, we've been talking so much about the business logistics, about their pricing, about what it is that they are doing to make themselves a little bit more of a household name here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But with that, now resuming our discussion, I would like to talk to you a little bit more about like here these boxes that I see on the table. Now there's a store here which is an international franchise, and they sell salty food mainly, and they sell happiness in a box, which is really the highlight for so many of the kids, even though our kids are having like obesity complications here in Saudi Arabia. But every day I believe there are thousands of kids in the driveway. You could see them with their drivers where they're buying that happiness in a box for themselves. But so far there has not been any happiness in a box for the kids in terms of sweets. I mean, there has been nothing so far that they would be really looking so much forward to, or something which has become a household name. So is there something which is somewhere in the making to be more popular amongst the kids market? Because here in Saudi Arabia we get to see that we mainly have a young population.
That's true. Well, I'd like to talk about this box right here. This is the Munch Surprise box. We have a campaign currently through Facebook. You can like Munch Bakery and then print a coupon, and once you print the coupon you visit your nearest store and claim your Munch Surprise, which is this box right here. Inside it you'll have a cupcake and a cookie. It's a promotion. And with regards to kids, soon we'll have our kids meal box full of sweets inside. We're also working with our advertising agency on developing that concept.
Oh, okay. Fabulous.
Yes.
So that is truly exciting, and I was actually seeing the report. My eyes were absolutely glued. It seems so heavenly, and I felt like an 8-year-old again, standing in the candy shop and wanting that, and oh, that too. So it truly, truly is amazing going to these candy stores. Talk to us as to what is the expectation of the people who come in, because I'm sure when they walk into something which they have heard of, only from word of mouth, they do not really have very high expectations. They are just looking for a surprise. They want to be surprised. They want to see something amazing. So lately we are seeing even singers jumping to the candy shop world. Everybody's talking about candy these days. So are we going to be expanding from cupcakes towards a little bit towards the candy side, or are we just keeping our trademark signature at Munch Bakery all about cupcakes and cookies?
It's about cupcakes, cookies, tarts, cheesecakes, occasion cakes. We're also developing our candy line as we speak. So soon you'll be able to visit Munch Bakery and buy Munch candies.
Well, wow. What kind of candies? I'm a candy freak, so I'm very eager to ask.
Okay, you have your gum, you have your popcorn, you have your mints, you have your chiclets, sour patches in the form of jelly bellies, and other candies as well.
That's delectable. Wow, okay. I cannot wait for that edition.
On the side to cupcakes, if you have a great collection of candies, I mean, I believe that even the adults are going to indulge. And one of the things that they say about sugar candy is that instead of you having a proper full course dessert, a candy, or let's say a single jelly bean can actually satisfy your sweet tooth. So that way we can actually avoid a lot of calories by just munching onto some candies. But well, if desserts is something that you really have a craving for, every once in a while you could actually go to a beautiful looking dreamy bakery such as Munch and actually indulge in whatever it is. So you could have, let's say, one day in a week where you allow yourself to indulge in whatever it is that you look at and you think it's worth having in your tummy. So well, definitely go ahead and indulge in it, but try to avoid the daily sweet cravings that we have by satisfying it very quickly, such as with a sugar candy or maybe even a lollipop. But eventually, once in a week, let go of yourself and let yourself to indulge, because what happens is that if you keep suppressing your urge for desserts, what's going to happen is you go to a wedding and that's where your body is going to tell you, your brain is going to tell you attack, and you're really going to overindulge in it. So don't do that.
And well, I'm going to be eating all of these cupcakes on the table, so I'm sure my sweet tooth craving is going to be satisfied.
There are lots of people to claim their cupcakes.
No, I'm not sharing with anyone. I'm a very bad person, and I'm definitely keeping the cupcakes to myself. But with this, really quickly, before we bid farewell to you, Issam, a word of awareness for those who still do not know your bakery. Perhaps you can do a little bit of a marketing strategy too, as well as perhaps a word of a message for those people, those Saudis, who are trying to come up with their own businesses.
Okay, for the people who don't know Munch Bakery, we're a sweet-oriented bakery. So please visit us, whether you're in Jeddah or you're in Riyadh. And for the young Saudi entrepreneurs, I'd say there's room in the market for different ideas, different ventures, and you can be successful. So don't give up.
Truly
Great.
fabulous message.
And with this, Nihal, as we get to see the beautiful KSA2 cupcakes here on our table, Issam, very quickly, any incentives for the viewers of KSA2 who are watching you right now live on air?
Of course. They get to visit our store and get a Munch surprise box.
Okay, great. So, well, if you would go to the store and say you saw the retail manager on Good Morning KSA exclusively.
You have to tell his right name.
So that is when you can actually claim your own Munch surprise as well. Do write to us on our Facebook group, which is Good Morning KSA, as to how it is that you found today's special edition of Good Morning KSA featuring Munch Bakery on it, as well as you could be writing to us. goodmorningksa@gmail.com is our email address, and you could find us and interact with us live on Twitter as well. With this, we would like to bid farewell to Mr. Issam Ghandour, who is the retail manager of Munch Bakery, for joining us in today's edition of the program and for bringing happiness to the studio of Good Morning KSA, as today is a new start for so many of the people. So we hope that all of you are going to start on a sweet note, and that all the days in your life are going to be sweet and filled with happiness and joy. Thank you very much, Issam, for joining us.
Thank you.
And with this, do write to us as to how it is that you found today's edition of the program, especially if you want to claim your own Munch surprise through Good Morning KSA. With this, we are going to move on towards a short interlude, after which we'll be resuming our session live on air.
Showcasing more than 20,000 camels, Al Dhafra Camel